Console Carl from Gamer Guys and Gals. This is a review for Maid of Sker. It was developed and published by Wells Interactive. It's a first-person survival horror, and, it's set in 1898 at the very real Sker Hotel. And it's based around a very real person named Elizabeth Williams. She was a woman who was hidden away in the hotel to keep from eloping with the person that you're playing with, Thomas Evans. It says that she died there of a broken heart. That's how the folklore goes. It's also about her family, who was driven to a life of torture and slavery. And it's a really interesting tale of the supernatural. I really enjoy games based off mythology and folklore. It has a really interesting thing called a nudge system. The whole point of the game is that you're trying to get past these people called the quiet ones. They can't see, but they can hear you. So you have to hold your breath because they can hear you breathe. And you're trying to collect these cylinders to play a song to reverse this whole curse. But there's a nudge system that they created that's really interesting. Everything you bounce into, while you're walking around, makes noise and it'll attract them. So that's a really cool idea. I hadn't seen that before in anything. Yeah, I've seen stuff where you can knock over furniture and things that were already in place, but I'd never seen over every single thing made a sound. So it can make it really creepy atmosphere, and it can make you really think about what you're doing and take your time. Right there you see collectibles you find. There's a few different collectibles, and it gives the game replay value because when you finish it you can just hit continue and you can wander around the house looking for everything that you might have forgot. I think there's 30 little musical dolls like you saw there, and there's some journals and things like that. So if you don't find them, you can always just go back and give them a look. There's some really good jump scares waiting for it, but it doesn't just rely on jump scares. It really relies on the atmosphere and the intense moments when you're trying not to get seen. There's a thing where you hold your breath so they can't hear you. So there'll be a lot of times they'll just walk right up to you and stand there, and you're holding your breath and the screen goes dark because you're blacking out. And if you hold your breath too long, you'll let your hands off and you'll make a gasping sound, and that'll get you caught. So there's a lot of times whenever you're just in a dark corner and just one of the quiet ones are approaching you, and you're just so worried that you're going to lose your breath, and it just really makes the game so intense. And there's also really good puzzles. They aren't overly difficult, but they will make you think. The quiet ones, though, they're relentless, and they're really creepy, and they'll chase you if you try to. You have to run sometimes to get away, but then you have to get back down and cover, and you have to hold your breath and hope they don't find you. But if they do, they'll just beat you to a pulp. So you have to really plan what you're going to do. You have to see where they are in the rooms. The game is kind of gory, but it's not loaded with gore. It's not it's not its bread and butter. They're not trying to make a super gory game. It's actually scary. It'll actually creep you out. It follows the folklore really well, and it'll pull you into that. You're going to want to know more about the folklore. You're going to want to hear more of the music as well. The music for that goes along with this is just so good, and I enjoyed it from start to finish. I loved hearing the music. I really recommend this game for horror fans. I think it's the best horror game that's been released this year that I've played so far, and I think I've played just about everything. This was definitely one of my favorites. I loved all the puzzles and how they made you think. I liked the creepy environments. I loved the quiet ones, how you had to make sure you didn't make noise around them, and how you had to slowly make your way through the game. It took me about 10 hours, I would say, total to beat the game. So at a little over $20, that's a lot of content. And I don't know, I just really recommend this. This is a really great horror game. It's one of those games you're going to play again. Like a lot of these games you play once and you're done with it. This one right here just has so many great moments and good scares that you're going to play it over and over. There's a ton of cool traps to avoid. There's just things that really make you think and really, like, see this dust right here, you have to cover your mouth so you don't cough or they'll find you. It's just a lot of really cool traps, things to set you up for failure. And it's one of those games that you try to beat without dying or without getting touched. There's even achievements for it. So it kind of sets up multiple playthroughs. So thanks for watching, guys, and thanks for support as always. And look for the written review, more detail on the Gamer Guys and Gals social medias and website. I'm going to give it a 9 out of 10. It's a really quality horror game. Definitely worth your time. Definitely check it out.